So let's go ahead and get into the first game that we really want to talk about. That Boston Celtics matchup, New Orleans Pelicans. Everybody who is going to be, somebody, a face of the league basically going forward, showed up. Zion was clutch. 13 in the fourth quarter. Brandon Ingram looked really good, making strides that I didn't really see as a distributor last year. Josh Hart is a really good defender who's going to be a very valuable player in this league going forward. Jaylen Brown is always going to do his thing. He's super solid. Jayson Tatum. Can we talk about just the way he plays and like the pace he comes out of his moves with? Like it's just like a really awkward, fun game. Like everybody who's supposed to show up in a marquee game like that, showed up. So notes, anything that you guys want to add?
I mean, you said it. Everybody who was supposed to quote unquote show up showed up. I was just thinking, when watching this game, or when the game finished, actually, that this is like you have other people from other parts of the NBA, other teams in the NBA that are going to be like faces of the league, whatever, blah, blah, whatever. But the talent in the NBA doesn't get better than what we saw in terms of pure basketball, right? Like the only other thing you do is like, okay, somebody got like a much better shooter, right? In terms of just like a pure shooter, kind of like a not Jay, but like a Trey Young, right? Somebody who just shoots threes all day long. Well, take that away, and this was the best kind of young basketball game you could possibly have. Also, even when it comes to straight threes, Lonzo Ball in the last 10 games is shooting 48% from the three-point line. So you can't get better than that when it comes to shooting. He just doesn't go out there. And he's actually taking more threes per game than Kevin Durant this year. But you don't actually go out, but he's not going out there making, shooting 10, 15 threes a game like some of the other players do. You know what I mean? That was a little hyperbole, but you get what I mean. So I guess I'll just go down each player one by one. So I'll start with the Pelicans. Zion had a not typical Zion first half.
Yeah.
But by the end of the game, he had put up, typical Zion numbers. Zion's a man playing with children. He had a play on Tristan Thompson, and at the end of the game, and he literally made Tristan Thompson look like a boy. Like there was no way to spice it up and make it more articulate. He literally made Tristan Thompson, NBA champion, overpaid Tristan Thompson. But Tristan Thompson looked like a child because he just went through him without taking a charge. He just put his shoulder down and just went. And Tristan Thompson, all of a sudden, on the floor, Zion, and won.
Yeah.
Zion was just doing
what he did to Daniel Tice was disrespectful. I still think he should have got a technical for him. Just because it was super funny, but the way he looked at him, you jump all the way up. Like he looked at him like, I'm banging on you next time, right?
Zion. The thing is, Zion's disrespectful. Is very disrespectful because he's okay. So players that come in the NBA and they're like in their 20s or like 20 or like 19, and they seem like grown men. Like they just seem like they're older than what they are. Yeah. Like for your typical 19, 20-year-old you see like walking around every day in life. Zion feels like a child, like a kid. He just seems like a kid out there having fun, and no one wants to get bullied and dunked on and treated like a child by a child. It's pretty ridiculous. Because he's not even 21 yet, so it's pretty ridiculous. So there's that. And then you have Brandon Ingram. The issue with Brandon Ingram, unless you pay attention, you don't know. Because Brandon Ingram is not going to get as much shine as other players because when he played for Los Angeles Lakers, he doesn't talk too much. He doesn't have any controversy amongst them. He kind of just goes out there and does him. But if you watch him game to game, or you watch him even not even game to game, you watch him year to year, he's killing. Like he's legitimately killing. Top 20 NBA scoring. Uh, he is a knockdown 3-point shooter now. And he's a legitimate playmaker, like a legitimate playmaker. And
Yeah.
you can't stop him from scoring because he's so long. It's incredible. He doesn't have like the most elite footwork, but he has good footwork. But the moves are elite because he's 6'10" with a
Yeah.
wingspan that goes out the room. Like
And it looks super athletic. Like it's quick. Like he just kind of knows what to do with it. It's not like a lot of wasted movement.
it's not a lot of waste movement at all. He just knows what he's doing on the basketball court, and it's crazy. And like you said, and he needs to get more. He needs to get his just due, I guess. You said Josh Hart. Josh Hart's going to be, Josh Hart's going to be this generation's, we're going to grow up. We're going to be like in our 40s and telling kids, man, that kid reminds me of Josh Hart. And these people out there going to be like, who's Josh Hart? Josh Hart's going to be like one of those players, right? The next generation won't remember him, but he's a dog. You know what I mean? Like, he's a guard that's going to go out there and get you double-digit rebounds. He's going to go out there and play nose to the ground, get and ones, layups, be an average shooter, be this, that, whatever. But he's just going to be diving for the loose ball. He's going to be one of those players, right? And he is one of those players. And this game really shined from that in that direction. I already mentioned Lonzo Ball on the offense 3-point line, but also Lonzo Ball was he's the best defensive player on the Pelicans.
That
And
backcourt between that backcourt defense between Josh and Lonzo.
Lonzo is the best defensive
Crush.
player. It's not close.
You said what?
You bet Lonzo is the best defensive player on the Pelicans, and it's not close. Like he was killing on defense. So that's why every time at the end of the game, they said we need somebody to score. They gave the ball to whoever Josh Hart was guarding, because which was Jayson Tatum. But usually at the end of the games, they get the ball to Jayson Tatum, or they kind of alternate between Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown, whatever. But the last couple of games, we've seen Lonzo Ball. People have made shots on Lonzo Ball to like win the game, right? So you saw Chris Paul for the Phoenix Suns a couple of games ago. He made a three on Lonzo Ball to finish the game. Then you saw Damian Lillard got an and one on Lonzo Ball to finish the game. But that doesn't depict the whole game, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, end of the day, Damian Lillard's playing like an MVP level. And then Chris Paul's like crazy crafty. It is what it is, right? You win some, you lose some. It's basketball. It's NBA basketball at that. But if you watch the whole game, and you watch this whole game or any other national game the Pelicans play, just watch Lonzo Ball play defense on these elite level guards, and you'll be surprised. Now, for some reason, my YouTube keeps recommending me videos of people clowning Lonzo Ball. The captures are like clowning Lonzo Ball like this year, and then I look at them and go, oh, these people don't. These people don't know basketball. Like I watched one or two of the videos early on when YouTube recommended them to me, and I was like, oh, these people are just like, oh, we hate Lonzo Ball. He's a Ball family member, and we only know him from the Lakers coming. You know what I mean? Like it was very obscene. But at the end of the day, he just like Brandon Ingram and has that reputation that he has to like shake his shoulder of from the Lakers. Lonzo Ball has to do the exact same thing, and they're on the right path to doing so. Does that make sense? But then you go to the Celtics. Yes, they lost. Whatever. Jayson Tatum has the most elite footwork in the NBA. Arguably. Arguably, he's top 3. His footwork's so stupid. He looks like he can score on any possession. Like, even when he misses, I think he's scoring. At the end of this past game, he He hit Josh Hart with a spin move, like a spin move off the dribble, fadeaway that was so stupid that when he did it, I was on my couch. I just stood up. I just stood up. And I just looked at the TV like, what? No one can stop that move.
Did you see how Josh Hart reacted to it?
The only way you could react to it.
It's like, bro, I've never seen anybody slow down out of the fadeaway and then just have full control of the shot. Like that's like the first time I've ever seen that.
I legitimately thought he was gonna travel. I was like, oh, he's gonna travel. He's off balance. That spin, but the spin into like the to where off his pivot foot, he kind of leaned forward to create separation with his other foot. I was like, oh, it's too far. He's gonna fall. He's gonna slip. And he just brought it right back. It went straight up. I was like, what? That was crazy.
He did that in he did something similar in the first half, like on the left side.
Yes.
I forgot who was guarding him, and I was just like, what is going on here? Did you just did you almost lose the ball and you caught yourself and then
he does it all the time. He does it all the time. Like if you watch Jayson Tatum play, he does this all the time. He scores or looks like he's gonna score so effortlessly, so effortlessly that it's obscene. Like it's truly obscene because Jaylen Brown scores, and he's really good at scoring, but it does not look nearly as effortless as Jayson Tatum, and that's how you can tell. Like you can tell they're from good scores to elite scores because elite scores make it look effortless. Good scores will have to work it a little bit, and Jaylen Brown has come into being one of my favorite players in the NBA, but even with how skillful he is, it looks like there's effort being put into it. Brown looks like he's doing drills. Like it looks like the players are cones. The players are cones, and he's doing what he wants, and he's working out with the chairs. That's what it looks like. Well, it looks like everybody they're both really good scorers, but one looks like no effort's putting in, and the other one does. But Jaylen Brown also is. Do you still consider him underrated? Because I still consider him underrated somehow. Because I think he does not get the credit he gets for. He's at an elite level for a tandem in the NBA. Mm-hmm. He is there. He's there, and he's nasty, and he will not make any All-Star teams. He's not sexy enough.
I thought he was making. I'm pretty sure he's an All-Star this year.
Is he All-Star this year?
He was top 5.
Wait, they haven't chose reserves yet.
You said what?
They haven't chose reserves yet, have they?
They haven't chose reserves, but I'm pretty sure he's going to get in there because he's top 5 with, I want to say the fan vote, and then he's top 2 with the media. At least that's what they said from the last game. So I'm pretty sure he's getting that All-Star nod this year.
Okay, so let's say
his numbers are too crazy for him not to.
Let's say he gets an All-Star, right? He's gonna be like a, what's a player comparison? I can't think of a player comparison right now, but a player's gonna be in it every so often. He's gonna be in the runnings every so often, right? Yeah. But he won't always be a straight up All-Star. He'll be a straight up All-Star for fan votes because he plays in Boston, right? Boston has that fan backing, but he will be a every so often All-Star, even though he deserves to be an All-Star every year. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of player he's gonna end up being for career. But the fact of the issue is not the issue. The fact of the thing is, all these players that I just went through, none of them are over 25.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not one.
Yeah.
Not one. And then you got, Boston. That tandem for Boston is just so stupid. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's scoring is ridiculous. And they got Kemba Walker too, but Kemba Walker was getting Lonzo held him for 1 for 7. So it was he was making him shoot threes he didn't want to shoot, and it was people. It's funny because people on the internet on Twitter were like, Kemba Walker can't make no shot. I'm like, do you see why he's not making a shot though?
Hey, and Josh Hart was on his ass too.
Oh, the defense, the Pelicans' biggest issue this year has been consistent defense over the course of a game, right?
Mm.
They are at the top of the NBA in scoring and at the top of the NBA in points allowed. Because
Yeah.
and it's just interesting because Stan Van Gundy's teams that's not usually the case for. So the defensive minded coach. But they're learning new schemes.
Yeah.
They're trying to get cohesive with one another. And no matter how good Zion is on defense or on offense, Zion's a liability on defense for right now.
Yeah.
Like it is what it is. And they're trying to figure out ways to work around that, and it just comes up short. But at the end of the game, when they needed them to clamp up on this game, and it's a game that JJ Redick got tossed out of, the Pelicans clamped.
Once again, Calvin McGowan, hope you enjoyed yourself. If you are watching on YouTube, like, share, subscribe, leave something in the comments. You can also listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts. If you made it this far, once again, thank you. I hope you got a lot done of whatever it was you were working on while listening to this. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day.